Hello guys and welcome back to All Things Nele. So tonight is Friday, which was the new episode of Married to Medicine. So did you guys watch? So let's discuss this episode real quick. So I like to start at the beginning of the episode and try to go through because that's kind of how I remember things. So let's start with it started off with Jackie and Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly boxing. And after they got through running around, she wore Heavenly out in the ring. They discussed, I guess Heavenly wanted to discuss Jackie's reaction to everything. And Jackie is still saying, you know, I journal, Heavenly. That's what I do. And Heavenly, in a sense, they really are right. Dr. Jackie cannot just keep holding that in. For Heavenly, she needs Jackie to just release it. She needs her to how did Heavenly say it? Pull her hair, scream, yell, fight, do whatever she needed to do. And I really do feel like at this point with all she been through, not with just the situation with her husband, but in general, that Jackie needs a real release. I know she be trying to box and do that, but I feel like she just needs to do like Heavenly said, at least scream, swing, and let it out. And I think she'll feel a little better. Because, I mean, in the past, it worked for me, child. Now, any woman here that's been scorned and they man acted a fool, y'all know just as well as I do, it felt good when you sit down and talk to y'all girlfriend about it, and y'all did a little yelling and screaming, you cussed them out a little bit, and it was a release. It may not have solved everything, but it was a release, and it felt kind of good. And something else I do agree with, that I think Jackie need to eat a little bit. But she ate some carbs. She had her couple of fries. And I think that'll help her too. Because Jackie she done got even more skinnier. And I do think she need a good solid meal. Like, you know, 2 chicken strips with a little rice and a biscuit with some honey on it or something. You know, just a little something solid. You know, at least once a month. She ain't got to eat it every day, but once a month. So anyway, Quiet is writing a cookbook. I'm proud of Quiet because out of all the wives that are not doctors, or all the ones that are not married to doctors, she stayed with a hustle. Like she was working, because you know how they met. She was the little pharmaceutical lady. I think you call it, like the people that come in the doctor office that have to show the doctors the medicine. I think that's how they met. But she stayed with a hustle and she stayed working. And I like that she does that, like that she actually works. And then she talking about a world tour. Now, I don't know about no world tour. You might tour the South and do some book signings. You might get out to LA or New York. I don't know. But we'll see about the world thing, because this is your first one. Let's just start with the first one before we get to going too far. Now, you acting like Sheree on Housewives, trying to do the most. Toya and Eugene, they finally discussing their little sex problem. And it was funny to me because Eugene, he called Toya out and told Toya that she ain't always in the mood every time either. And then when he do come home, it be late. She be asleep, but breath be stinking. He's so stupid. Then something else, I thought every woman knew that, like, the second time around is better. Like, it is good. Like, if the man, you masturbate him off and then y'all do it the second time, like, it's better that time because he gonna go longer. But I thought all women knew that. Like, even I knew that. Like, who didn't know that? Like, if not, y'all better get with it. Y'all best get the reading. Because I personally, I have Kama Sutra books. So, I guess that's how I know. So, I'm the type of person, if I'm going to do it, I do everything well, including sex. So, I have, you know, the little books or whatever. And I don't watch fake porn because porn is fake. I don't want to see nobody dry coochie. So, I ain't studying all that. But, then they up in the restaurant eating. Toya up in there just telling the waitress what's going on. And I agree with Eugene. You can't be telling all of that. You gotta shut up and be quiet about some stuff and not tell everything. That's a turn off for some men. And you know, but I am proud of Toya about her birthday party idea. She wasn't trying to do this big luxury thing. And I think the cute little small potluck birthday party was fun. Instead of doing all that big extravaganza stuff in these ball gowns and all this stuff like you Sweet 16 and all this, and wasting all this extravagant money and all this stuff on these big events. I think that's BS. And then they got on Simone and Cecil. So I'm learning something. So Simone basically saying her issue is that just Cecil is really mean. That, or let's not say he mean all the time, but that he can be really mean. My thing is, was he mean when you married him, or did he get meaner the longer y'all was together? Because some people, as they get older in age, they become more like their parents and they become meaner, or certain parts of them come out. For instance, like my husband and I, he wasn't that mean when we met, but he is mean now. So I can kind of relate to that. But I know how to handle him. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she need to learn how to handle him, okay? But anyway, she said he like a drill sergeant, but to me, he need to get those boys together and make them respect Simone. I've said that in the last video, and I'm saying that again now. To me, she let those boys do whatever they want to, and now she don't be finding it funny when they talk to her, however. And I feel like she should let him be more strict and be a drill sergeant, and maybe they would be more respectful, especially in their mouth, because y'all already know from my last video how I feel about that. But anyway, to me, I guess she having an issue with that, and that pushes her away, and it makes her not want to be around. And I'm beginning to think they was having issues while he got the second house. Like, they was already, like, having issues and somewhat, you know, I don't know if you say arguing or whatever, and he decided to just get that second house down there. I just feel like he was basically trying to punish Simone for being away so much. So I feel like he said, well, I'm going to go further away and make her have to come down here so she can't work so much. Then I feel like it backfired on him because he thought he was going to pull her home more to be at the second house. And I feel like he was just like, oh, if I get this second house, me and the boys down there, she'll have to stay down here. She ain't going to be able to work and stay there as long as be at work as many hours and work as long as she is if she got to come to the second house. But she kept right on grinding and right on working, and I think that kind of backfired in his face because we seen the last episode, he even said it. But anyway, I'm glad that Dr. Jackie Nurse Tiffany told her about his about the mistress before any other patients or anybody else came in her office and said anything. And this kind of pain, she right, it hurts you to your soul. Like, this is the kind of stuff that make you sick to your stomach and make you lose a lot of sleep. Like, it's just so painful. Like, you know, you feel this out of place. And that, how the woman gonna claim she didn't know he was married? Unless you lived on Mars, you know he was married. This the fifth season of this show. You know doggone well you done seen that man on the show with his wife. And Atlanta ain't that small. Everybody that live in Atlanta say everybody knows somebody that knows somebody. And she know that she done told a girlfriend that know that man was married. So girl, bye. I'm tired of these side chicks wanting to be the main chick and go lie, act like they didn't know. And I feel like either some tabloid wanted to pay her for her story first, and somebody put in her head, girl, save face and just make it look like you ain't the side hoe or the side piece and just say you didn't know, trying to make it look like it's a good look. She knew. While she trying to ride with that story and get on the show and get her little piece of check, and she finna try to ride this to the bank. You gonna try to hurt somebody and ride to the bank on somebody else's pain? No. I feel like I just don't agree with that. I feel like she better pull Jackie need to be like Rashida did Kirk and Jasmine. You not about to be cashing in on my pain. No, you want to come on TV? No, they bet not. They better not even try to pull it. But yeah, I feel like that's basically what they did. I mean, you a home wrecker. You was the other woman. You knew. I ain't trying to hear that. But anyway, Quad P-head husband, Dr. Greg, if he don't cheat, he making himself look like he do and he sound like he do. And the fact that he keep trying to blame Jackie just makes me feel like he just full of bitch assness to me, because he on some BS. And Heavenly, right, it ain't no way a man that can't come to your place at a certain time, or have to go at a certain time and all that, you didn't know he was married. Then the fact is, it's gonna be obviously because y'all sneaking and geeking, and you knew you really wasn't being seen in public, not in Atlanta. That's why y'all was probably leaving the airport that day, because y'all got to go to some kind of secret destination, because y'all know y'all can't be around Atlanta. That's how I know she knew he was married, so she can get off that. Okay, and then Toya friend Contessa, I'm going to tell you now, I don't like her. I don't like her. Like how Heavenly was what Heavenly said to her, talking about, what's my name? What's my name? Like, even though it was supposed, I think it was somewhat supposed to be a joke that Heavenly was playing, because when you get Heavenly hyped up, she start doing that. But at the same time, Heavenly, how she gonna know your name? It ain't like you Beyonce or somebody. Girl, what was that Heavenly was saying? I'm trying to think of how she said it. She said, what's my name? She done messed up with me. Like, that's how she said it, but she had like she was Mariah Carey, somebody just gonna know her name when they walked in. Even though I think she was just playing, it's too much for a stranger because they don't know you like that. I think Toya's daddy was cute, chilling in the cut. But I don't think none of these women can cook besides Quad. Even the doctors, I don't think none of them can do much of nothing. And that's why I like Quad so much, because she is from around the way. She is from like 45 minutes from where I'm from, and we just around the way, girls. We can do it all. We can cook, clean, sew, see about your man, the children. We do it all around here, but that's how we born and raised. So we know how to cook it up in the kitchen. But a lot of people can, so but anyway, shout out Quad. What else? Oh, it was something I was supposed to say about Heavenly. Contessa, I don't like her. Heavenly and Quad was cooking, and they was carrying some stuff on the counter. Quad was carrying the stuff on the counter over to whatever Contessa was doing. And then when she got over there, then Contessa gonna try to get loud, say Heavenly. What did she say to Heavenly? She gonna start to say something out the side of her neck to Heavenly, like, well, do you, Heavenly? Heavenly was like, huh? What do I what? And she was like, what did I say? Basically, Heavenly was like, what did I say? I don't know. Because at this point, Heavenly done moved on, because she was playing. She don't know what Contessa talking about. Then they gonna try to say Heavenly walked over there and tried to start something. No, Contessa tried to start something, because Heavenly was laughing with Quiet, and then Contessa gonna start saying, "Do you Heavenly? Do you Heavenly? Girl, bye." Because I don't like her, because she already come off as more than a bully was the first season that Heavenly was on the show, and she just got way too much testosterone for me, and she just all cocky, bold up, and walking around like she ready to fight, and she in a penis swinging contest. I don't like that. She just not a good fit. Like, she just too it's studs that ain't as manly as she is. It's just too much for me. Like, I don't know. It's just uncomfortable. And I would Heavenly, I don't know if I could be at a cook-off with everything Jackie going to. Girl, I'd have been out. What she say, roasting Curtis? I'd have been out confronting him, because I'm gonna tell you something. If I'm going through a world of hurt and a bunch of pain, ain't no damn way the man that cheated gonna be sitting around happy and not feeling no pain. Because if I'm in pain, I'm gonna make sure you feel pain. If I'm hurt, you gonna be hurt. You're not gonna be sitting around being happy. I'm gonna be doing something. I ain't gonna be out there in the street like this, but I'm gonna be low-key bringing some kind of discomfort to you. But all in all, I don't know. This season is coming. It was something else about. Oh, I want to talk about something else about Cecil, because on the part where when we talking about loving and being lovey-dovey and all that kind of stuff, outside of the vow renewal, I've never seen Cecil be loving towards Simone like the other husbands. Even when they in their confessional, he don't be real. Cause some of them, they be like, like leaning into him. Cecil just be like, the others, they be leaning into each other. Cause you can just see like that chemistry. Cecil don't, he really don't. And he may have in like the first 4 seasons, and I could have missed it. But I mean, I seriously don't remember seeing it. But I do want to see more of this situation, because it's hard to have an opinion about this situation when we don't really see enough of Cecil to really know him, I guess you could say. But I'm interested in seeing how he really acts. But anyway, like I said, I like everything about Quad. Let's see. I got tickled when Dr. Heavenly said if it was her husband, even because she can't cook, she told him he won, because, you know, Toya told the truth, Quad didn't won. And she said she just picked her husband even if it was burnt. So I thought that was funny. But overall, the cook-off was a good idea. It was something different. It was a good group event. And a great party idea, a good way for us to see all the couples together, them to have a good event. And I like that they weren't all arguing and fighting, even though contestant, she did try to get it jumped off. And again, I don't want to see her that often on the show. I hope they ain't trying to judge her being on the show to see if, you know, how it go over. I don't want to see her. I ain't gonna lie. They can keep her. Anyway, that's my opinion of the show. I think it was a good episode. I can't wait to the next one. I still wish it was on Sunday nights. I don't like it being tonight on Friday nights. You know, because like I'm really late going to do something because I wanted to see this and everything. But anyway, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like, comment, and share. And I'll see y'all in the next video. And y'all have a good night. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.